Alright, so it's pretty obvious at this point. Insect and water infiltration has got to go. So I have to cut off everything rotten. And then I'm going to take off the chicken wire. And then everything that's had ground contact or anything that I see insects in. I mean, realistically, the whole room. But I'll see what I can do with permethrin after I cut away the rotten fabric. It will be possible to take the wool off from the inside if need be at a later point. But this is crazy. And all these blocks were put upright where there's a shadow path in the tunnel, which they would have had anyway since this is contacting the ground, so no light can get in. But yeah, termite factory. And then breeding for, I mean, look at that. Single layer canvas. Just like that. No scissors, no nothing, just insects. So, alright, we'll get back to it. Gotta get rid of the rot, not trap it in. The funny thing is I really expected to have all of the exterior done today. And then maybe tomorrow start working on the interior. But in retrospect, it makes sense. I've done a lot of resto work. I just wouldn't have expected something to go this downhill this quickly. But hindsight's always 20/20. And looking back, there were plenty of signs that this was the type of thing that was occurring. So, it is what it is. Now I'm going to remove the chicken strip, chicken wire. Then I'll shave these weeds. Then I'll have to get rid of that bad wool. And that place where the snakes appear to have lived for some time. Not to mention that snake that scared me the other day all the way on the opposite side, up inside of the roof area, that then came down, which probably means that there's a snake's nest inside this wool up in the top somewhere. So I do believe the wool is coming out. Well, this is fun. There's black Dollar Tree fencing that was spiked into the ground and is wrapped and tangled in this chicken wire. But it's off, so I'm gonna roll this up and then shave down this rot, these weeds. This little piece here appears to have fallen down on its own while I was going around, and it begs me to wonder if I should just drop the rest of it since it's been infiltrated. I think the answer is yes. Alright, well, good job. Came out very easily because it's actually begun to biodegrade on its own accord. It's rotten. So this was a good call. All I would have been doing is making whatever occupant stays in here breathe that. plus have insects infiltrate everything that they own. So maybe I can even get rid of the rotors if I pull it out from the ceiling. Now from there, I found something. We can see that there's a ring where he left it slightly indented at the door area. I'm not sure if you can make this out, but that's about 1.5 inches in on this side as well, even though it's not even on both sides. But you see how close they are to the edge from just falling off forever. Then you got 1 or 2 that are pulled in. Then it's consistent. Then it's chippy choppy. And then boom, look at this. So the weight of the entire place is hinging upon this one little tiny piece of rope right here. This is holding up the weight of like probably this half of the circle. This one got pulled in to account for that one being low, it looks like. This one got tied together because there was an issue at one point or another. This one's ready to slip off. This one is on rotten nastiness, ready to fall off. This one is over the edge. You can actually see a slight bow down on the wood. This one is off the edge. So this is the reason why this side of the yurt is lower. Whether these blocks went down or not, this is going to make that roof line lower on this side. The other thing we have is every single one of these cinder blocks was used improperly. They were put holes up and down, which not only makes them more susceptible to sinking into the soil because there's less surface area for the footprint, but every single one of these has a space where even if I have this open so that I can breathe and have sunlight, there's a dark space inside of these where termites can come out of the soil, climb up the side, never touch daylight, and then get to the wood. So this is definitely going to be termites in the future. I'm sure they're already in this, because I'm sure that he had it this way when it was in the wood close. It was on the edge of the wood line, deeper than it is now, with tree limbs falling on the top. So I can only imagine. But at least now I'll be able to correct what was ready to fall off. So the reason this is unlevel is because the entire roof and wall and everything has been tugged this direction, because you see it's very close to the roof rafters on this side, and as it goes down to the window it falls hard and then stays lower. I mean, there's even parts here that might do something like let snakes get in. Water and insect. 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 So, yeah, this is gonna be not pretty inside. So it looks like I'm gonna have to potentially use more of this plastic. Or maybe I just lose the fabric altogether and then just use the plastic. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose the fabric altogether. Except for around the fireplace. I'm going to leave a square at least as large as this. Yeah. Alright. Then it'll be consistent. Potentially, I will leave this back half hanging lower, just as it is. Because kind of sort of who cares, except for where a window will be. And those are going to be the next things. I think I'm going to make another window like this over here for where a bed will be, over here for where a kitchen, and then you can have the view of this area. When I rehang the door, I'm going to take the door stop off, and then when I rehang the door, I'm going to make it in swing with the hinge on this side, and it'll in swing towards the kitchen so that you can go to the living room area where the wood stove and everything is, which is not far from the bedroom area where that window is. This will be, I don't know what. And then this will be kitchen, and this will be shared space. But I'm gonna put in 2 more of these to let more light in. I believe I have enough plastic. If I don't, I will buy some. So yeah, I have a little bit of work to do. Alright, so there's a little bit of a difference. My goodness. You can see how far down the roof was dipping. The wall was dipping down that far as well. This insulation and roof that's remaining is down very far. And then it suddenly dips up where I put in that support, and it's because of these things falling off the edge. So the first thing I have to do is cinch in the top more, and then at the bottom I need to then make a perimeter so that it can't expand. And then from there, when I have it where I have a perimeter that can't expand, I need to make anchor points so that way the entire thing doesn't shift off, as this one did. So there's a little bit going on here. I went much deeper than I ever thought I would need to do. But you can see that it's nothing but little tiny pieces of string that are supporting the weight of this entire thing. And as such, with this being nothing more than furring strips of 1x2 that I use as trim, it was used as structure, which is cool, but I would have preferred to have seen like a screw here, because then this rope would not be okay. And then up here we have bowing. Now part of this bowing is due to the fact that these center supports were left in. So as the top gets tighter, and this is secured down to the deck, instead of being able to raise up like it would if it was built the right way, these are here holding it down. So these either have to bow down or up, one or the other. They can't go up and flex, which is what they would typically do. So that's my next head scratcher. But she looks plenty different today. Different. And all that rotten insect crap is gone.